I don't want to be another guy proclaiming in another video that he's found the cure to the social media dilemma or the consumption culture epidemic, because in fact, I'm very much a part of it. I watch a hefty amount of YouTube. YouTube Shorts still steals precious minutes from me. I play a lot of video games and I read quite a bit. So no, this isn't me making a video with one, me having all the answers, and two, trying to make you feel bad to a point where you toss the phone in the lake and start binge reading Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. But lately, I've been worrying less about how much I'm consuming, but more about the what and the how I consume and what those things leave me feeling like. And that really begets the question, what am I letting into my life? What am I letting into my brain? We consume a lot, and most of the time it's without knowing we're doing so. It doesn't need to be tried and true social media. It can be in movies, podcasts, TV shows, books, whatever. Where social media gets us in trouble, though, is that it takes away the decision-making factor of it all. You open your phone, tap the app, and scroll. Finish the video, well, congrats, it autoplays to the next one. And it really wasn't until this year that I actually asked myself the question, when was the last time I actually thought about why I'm consuming something? For example, I felt this moment of why am I doing this to myself when I was on the toilet watching YouTube Shorts, and it was like a short about top 5 hits in the NFL, but it only went from 5 to 2, and then it never showed number 1. So I was like sitting there like, dang, I just got. And I shut my phone off because I started to feel yucky about my time with consuming, and I had to, actually get off the toilet. But now I've been almost 2 years without Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or Instagram. No, that's not me asking for applause. Those apps did leave me feeling more anxious about my own life than anything else. It was more of a necessity on my end. And I've noticed that my overall anxiety about my social status and my progress in my life has really gone down substantially. But one app has always remained, and that app is YouTube. 2 years ago, YouTube was testing their shorts. I didn't pay it no mind. I had kind of said, long form content, I'm good. I felt like I was higher above that. But that's not so much the case in 2026. You almost open up the app and immediately shorts are shoved down your feed. And in doing so, I catch myself in the same exact trap that I was trying to escape, endless scrolling. And this moment and the increase of shorts in my day-to-day life has shown me that my impulse to consume didn't go away, even without all those other apps. It was just simply in hibernation more than anything. And it could be real easy for anyone to just say, oh, Guhmmie, just delete YouTube or just consume even less. But I don't believe that's the answer, because some of the things that I have consumed have given the most back to me. And I really thought about it. I don't want to stop consuming things. Some of the things I've consumed have brought me endless amounts of joy. And that's where this gets a little complicated, because not all consumption is truly created equal. Because I've spent the 2 hours chilling on the couch, scrolling between shorts, maybe having a podcast in the background, maybe listen to another episode. And I'm also having Parks and Rec on for the 6th time while doing all this. And in those 2 hours, I look back and I'd feel drained. I'd feel gross. And I felt like that time just flew by. Didn't feel recharged, didn't feel rejuvenated. If anything, I just felt those 2 hours were wasted. Whereas when I spent the same 2 hours completely engrossed in a game, a movie, a book, I'd feel relaxed, satisfied. And some of the times I'd feel inspired. All of this is to say that time isn't the only useful measurement when talking about consumption. The quality of that attention matters also. Gaming has been the most persistent and obvious example for me into showing that the quality of attention matters when you're consuming. Now, you could look at my time spent on Steam, and you could definitely think, wow, that's a lot of time wasted on video games. But I think about what these games have really given me. I'll talk about the big open world games I've been really in love with. KCD2 for the first part of this year, and now Crimson Desert. These games have given me curiosity, memorable experiences, and it's given me inspiration outside the game. I carry that curiosity when I attack my day. I want to become more of a conversationalist, and Henry's allowed me to do so. I don't just stop and say, oh, I wonder what that's like, and carry about my day. Thanks to my experiences in those two video games, I'm kind of able to act on my curiosity, go more in depth, do some research, ask those questions that maybe I was just too complacent with before. Recently, I've started a playthrough with a couple friends of The Big Walk. I know that's like the big game right now, but really, it's been nice to just catch up with those two friends. I don't talk to them all the time, but when I do, we're laughing, we're shooting the shit, and we're also solving puzzles. As you can see in my little catalog there, I play a lot of Final Fantasy XIV, but this has been a genuine narrative masterpiece for me that I've enjoyed for nearly 5 years now. So all these experiences have given me something to apply in my real life. They've encouraged me to act on my curiosity, showed me that I can stay patient while also staying persistent. It also allowed me to endure or strengthen my endurance when it comes to focus. I feel I'm a little bit more mentally in tune with myself when I'm working on a video or any other task at work. And most of all, consuming those experiences has allowed me to feel relaxed and rejuvenated after doing so. And with that being said, everything about gaming doesn't need to have a lesson of life for me to take away. I don't want that to be the case. I play games a lot of time because they're just fun, simply put. And that's enough. Games don't need to prove productivity. And that's where I think about the aftertaste of these two experiences, consuming through scrolling or consuming through experiences I've chosen, or gaming, reading, whatever it may be. And what I mean by aftertaste is, how do you feel after you have done that part of consumption? Now, am I saying to make a spreadsheet or saying to make a tier list of how you feel after each thing you experience? No. What I'm trying to say is just kind of notice how you feel after a scrolling session versus maybe you're a carpenter or you're trying to get into woodworking. Notice how you feel. It could be the same set amount of time. Keep mind of that. And maybe think about yourself right now. What's something you've consumed recently that actually gave something back to you? Not a quick laugh and then you scroll, ha ha ha, funny, but a resounding emotion or maybe a little spark of inspiration. Because I can't discredit consuming when it comes to talking about why I started this channel. I've watched creators who inspired me, who made me think differently about life and hobbies and the world in general. And now I'm on the other side of that consumer relationship. And thanks to people like XP Legacy, Cairo Drifter, Strider Games, and The Emotional Gamer, what I've consumed has helped me create, and all I've hoped to create here is genuine content that hopefully gets one person to think about their love of their hobbies in maybe a different light or a different shine. This creation journey has shown me that what we consume becomes part of the ingredients that we create with. This is the last part of the video that may be a little complicated, but I still think it's worth sharing because today's day and age, the optimal productivity trap, grind set, grind maxing, if you want to say it, would just tell you to stop consuming. Or whatever you consume has to be a benefit. And that's what I don't want this video to be about. Because intentional consumption doesn't need to be another optimization strategy that you need to get lost in. For example, I recently have came across a channel called Beers with Boydo, and it's literally just a guy with a camera that goes into a pub, has a beer, and goes to the next. But wherever he goes, he's got a smile, he's got this joy for life that's just infectious. And when I'm done watching his video, you could go, well, I just watched a guy drink beer for 10-15 minutes, but I go, that dude was so confident and he was a spark in the room that I want to do that for my own life whenever I walk in a room. Doesn't need to be a pub, I'm just saying any other room. And another channel is he's predominantly shorts, I believe, but he goes by Nate's Average Life. 30-year-old-ish gamer dad. It's just his average day-to-day, what he does. But he, once again, has that joy, that passion for who he is and what he's creating, that it bleeds into my life. So on the outside, you could say you're watching an average dad live his life and a guy that go and drink beer. But their passion is infectious, and I feel inspired and rejuvenated after consuming their content. So what I'm trying to change isn't saying consume less or quit consumption. All consumption is bad consumption. And I don't want to tell people what you should consume. I don't know what you should consume. But what I want this video to be about, what I want the takeaway to be, is to become more aware. So, like, to ask yourself, why are you reaching for this content? Are you even really enjoying it? And how do you feel after you consume it? Just to give a little bit more attention to that consumption and hopefully what it gives back to you. Because all in all, consumption can help you participate in your own life. The best things I've consumed often follow you after you put down the screen, the controller, the book. Games lately have shown me curiosity. Creators have allowed me to feel more inspired to create and more confident in doing so. Stories. I just finished up The Hobbit. I started book 1 of Lord of the Rings. I'm reflecting on my own coming of age story. And I just watched Obsession last night. And holy guacamole, I was so uncomfy. But having those moments with my fiance about talking the movie, we were enjoying ourselves. I guess the main thing is that I want to consume more things that make me want to participate in my own life, not just mindlessly scroll, hoping to pass the time. Because I still don't have the answer to the consumption culture epidemic. I'm still gonna mindlessly scroll through YouTube Shorts once in a while. Because maybe the goal isn't consuming less or not consuming at all. The goal for me is just noticing what deserves my attention. If you're here at this point in the video, thank you so much. You're a real one. If you haven't caught it already, my name's Guhmmie. I created this channel as a way to create a video journal for myself while also talking about my life experiences and my love for video games. So if that's something you're into, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. All I really want to do is to give you some thoughts to chew on. So if I did so, consider watching some other videos before giving me that subscription. Before I leave you today, I want to make sure I go back to that question. What's something that you've consumed lately that gave something back to you? I read all the comments, and you'd be surprised at how one comment makes me think different, but also the impact your comment may have on someone else watching this video. So if you're comfortable enough, please leave an answer to that question down below. I also have created a community Discord. It's called Guhmmie's Garage. We talk about life, games, and all the in-between. Door is always open. We would really love to have you there. I know time is precious, and I know you consumed a video about consuming less, but really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.